Chinese Boeing plane was intentionally death plunged into mountain, killing 132, says new report. Call Halam La Yahweh Bashmi Shai Wahawa Kakodash. Double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostles, slaves to be saved, Lord will install with those in the GMS church. And shalom to the rest that may be out here under the same doctrine. On to the men here, Akim here, in the order in all true faith and sincerity, giving diligence, teaching. Onward to the rest of you, Akim, doing likewise. You elder to you younger. Alright. And shalom to the rest of you believers also in on this faith of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Hoping to be of that beautiful number, the elect. So, it was something that was said, the Lord is completely confirming his word, man, as he said he would do. And it was something that was said through the Spirit by me, or by the Spirit through me. Pretty much I was saying through the Spirit that a few weeks ago, going into how people are not going to be able to, enter into certain places. Because, for instance, the scriptures say, let me get it. 2 Ezra 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And pretty much, through constantly going over the scripture, I've said basically you got a way that you got many ways to where people won't be able to enter into a city. And just simply saying it, I was like, and this ain't to glorify myself, but just to glorify, the Lord really got his men, his hopefully let men, right, man. But I said that would be the way how people wouldn't be able to possibly go into a city, because someone would someone would be in the cockpit, the pilot, someone would be trying to get on the plane to escape, the state they in and get to another state, let's have a round trip, we can go here and make this move, and they won't even be able to possibly, you're going to have those in the time of Jacob's trouble that's trying to make moves like that. I got to get out of here. They cracking down on this, so, that state is open on that. So let's go there. And they're going to be a process of trying to do that. And by the time they get on the plane, right, they won't be able to meet that feat, because the Lord could literally take the pilot and have them just bug out. Because it's going to be that bad at that time. And he just intentionally crashed the plane. That's what I pretty much said by the Spirit. Because he may have got word throughout that same time why these people trying to escape, women on the plane trying to escape, thinking the venture is going to continue instead of not feeling like the Lord said it would do, which is the old ways, the old traditional things they used to, It's also bad for everybody else. They doing all that because it's bad, but it's also bad for everybody else, including your pilots. The ones you've been able to make these continuously be able to keep up this old played out way of living life and, coming to life, But it would be bad for him too, the one that helped you manifest that, because he might get called, in that time that his family just got killed. People back at his home, because the Lord say men's gonna be spoiling people home because of the famine, which we get closer and closer to, as far as biblical proportion famine. Okay, so they breaking into people's homes, and he's a pilot, so he on the road, he's in the airways, trying to keep his way going, but he gets a call that his houses got broken into, and everybody got killed. He just bug out loose and crashed the whole plane, which is how you will have what? A man not, let me get it. 2 Ezra 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because he was probably somebody trying to board plane to a whole nother state, but his pilot got word, that something happened in his situation and crashed the plane, man. you know. So that's how you have you're gonna have cases of this. People trying to go from one place to another and not being able because they pilot for some reason just bugged out. It just intentionally crashed the plane. So this is what you have in this article that just came out. Chinese Boeing plane was intentionally death plunged into mountain, killing 132, says news reports. You know, you got women on there trying to escape. You know, the inevitable. Bunch of adulterers and adulteresses, murderers. Abominable people, influencers. Ain't no telling who was on that flight. You know, and this is an example. The Lord completely manifested. You know, what I was saying through the Spirit, man. You know, this is you're gonna see a lot of this. You know, it says, and these are the times we in. People completely at their wits end. You know, so it says flight data recovered from the black boxes. This came out May 17th, 2022, which was just some days ago. So it says flight data recovered from the black boxes of China Eastern Boeing 773-800 airliner crash on March 21st. Right. So this happened, a couple of days ago, but it says, it happened some days ago. It says showed that the plane's sudden vertical, quote unquote, death plunge into a mountain was an intentional act carried out by someone in the cockpit, a new report revealed. So yeah, man. And that's the people in the cockpit is who? The pilots. The plane did what it was told to do by someone in the cockpit, which would be who? The pilot. It says, one of the sources told the Wall Street Journal, the preliminary assessment mirrors a Leadham News and Analyst Trade publication report last month that said the flight data indicated the pilot deliberately imputed flight controls causing the crash. Now, why? See that? Why? Because the Lord is plaguing men's heart, and this is how he gonna take out a bunch of you people, because the Lord understands you hit the head, which this dude is clearly plagued in his mind, and the body fall. That's outlined in the scriptures, and that's the way that the Lord gets to everybody else. Okay, while people thinking they doing it, because he's the head in that case, and the rest of the flight passengers, there will be the body. The head, that's the head, man. So let's get a scripture showing that. Job 12, and I'm gonna start at 23. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. It says, he taketh away the heart of the chief, of the people of the earth, and causeth them, which is those that follow them, which would be the body to the head, if you will, to wander in a way, in a wilderness where there is no way. Yeah, ultimately death. Because, the wilderness is synonymous with death, which people known to die in. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, he meets feats of taking out masses of people through the heads. That's why I say the heart of the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He turns it whithersoever he will it. A city shall be, by the prudence of them that are in authority, shall the city be inhabited. So if the people that's in authority bugged out, they mind get played, they finish. And that's the times you coming into. As you see right here, Psalms 107 and 27, they real. It says they real. Ooh. You know what? Let me start at 20. Let me start at 25. Let me start at 24. These see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. This is dealing with people that's, important supplies in. They travel by way of the sea and even by air. You see that? Let's prove it. Verse 23, they that go down to the seas in ships that do business in great waters. A lot of those planes is in the air flying inventory over and people. It says some in the NLT went off to sea and ships, plying the trade routes of the world. Verse 24, back in the KJV, these see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. So these pilots, they be seeing the chariots. The people in the sea, they be seeing all type of new creatures. They be seeing all type of power of the Lord, creation. These pilots, okay? It says, verse 24 in the NLT, they too observe the Lord's power in action. His impressive works on the deepest sea. Verse 25, for he commanded and raised the stormy wind, which lifted up the waves thereof. Verse 26, they mount up to heaven. Right. They mount up to heaven, they go down again to the depths. They mount up to heaven, they go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. Yeah, see that? So these people that's in charge of these planes, these ships, they be seeing some stuff. Dude probably seen a chariot and lost it. You never know. But in NLT it says their ships were tossed to the heavens and plunged again to the depths. The sailors cringed in terror. Right, verse 27. So the Lord bugged these mugs out, man. Now, what if you got a board of passengers of 132? Well, if he bugged out and when he decides to kill himself because it's for whatever reason, whatever thought that came through his head, whatever he may have seen, there go those 132. If it be the Lord will, verse 27. And if the Lord want to get the 132, there may be people trying to flee from one place, flee from one destruction. Well, I'm gonna get that, and if only to run into another, he gonna get them. He's gonna take you out in the very thing you trying to use to escape. Because he said everybody that's number two, what they number two is that's it. So verse 27, they reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end. So these people are bugged out, man. The Lord got these people, this Jacob's trouble, the times we coming into, they say men's hearts going to be failing us for looking upon the things that are coming upon the earth. This famine, they get news reports. There's all type of sightings of the chariots. These people finished, man. People against people, the love of many waxing cold, So dude was at his wit's end, clearly, whoever that pilot was, based off the Lord hitting him in his mind or showing him something, and he wanted to kill all those people on board, so he used the man to do it. And those people was trying to escape death. You probably had a lot of people on there trying to probably make a move, a little power move, only to manifest these scriptures. Warning of coming judgment. I'm gonna start at verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. See? Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? So it ain't gonna be, you ain't gonna be able to escape what's the darkness, the dark times is overcoming the world and these people for what they've been doing, and this is a sample of it, man. This is an example. You probably have people trying to flee. You probably have people trying to flee. Flee death, certain things, only to be, killed through the very thing they leaned upon. What's the Lord say? Woe unto them that destruction unto them that trust in that make it man his arm, flesh his arm. You ain't gonna be able to escape. If you escape that detriment in your city or state, and you try to, I'm gonna just hop on the plane. The Lord kill you, it's the only down the plane crash. You know what I'm saying? Which is how you gonna have, once again, 2 Ezra 15:17 being fulfilled. A man shall desire to go into a city for what? Probably to escape something. And shall not be able, including you women. You ain't gonna be escaped. So this is 100%, the Lord showing what's to come and confirming his word. Confirming his words that's promised to happen. Which once again he had me say through the Spirit. So I'm gonna close out on that. Isaiah 44:26. It says, I'm going to start at 25, that frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, Thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. Yeah, and also that he's going to destroy you people and fulfill these prophecies in these many different ways, man. You know? So with that, call halam like how Bashmel Shah Shalom.